So if you look back at when Licipriya came into the scene with very, a lot of controversial history, why a child uh, was, let's say, brought to fame.
The digital ecosystem, has been used by women from the Meitei community, by Licipriya Kangujam,
Mhm.
to justify Nazi outfits like Arambai Tengol, who
Hmm.
are at the forefront of killing and doing unspeakable violence and things to the minorities in Manipur. Like, how do you see this? Like, even digital space has always been, and it is getting used kind of to do a lot of things, problematic things in Assam, Northeast, Manipur, as well as in other parts of India.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another. You know, you have been asking significant questions of, and I would say that it's very significant to know what what the majoritarian government or the majoritarian population is doing with these infrastructures today, which is also seen in the context of Manipur very closely. For instance, Licipriya, you have mentioned it. At least from my understanding and from my research so far of her, whatever she's doing, I and this is merely my speculation at this point, and I'm giving you some part of my what I'm following with about what Licipriya is doing. So
Mm,
the and also this also connects with what the majoritarian population who have control of the state government and in fact again the digital spaces can do. So
mm,
now the narrative around one of the early narrative around that was brought up in the context of Manipur was is or was about poppy cultivation and
mm,
environmental crises that was brought about by the tribals.
mm,
So if you look back at when Licipriya came into the scene, right,
mm,
with very, a lot of controversial history about herself and of course her father,
mm,
it would it is interesting to kind of connect to the question of why a child uh, was, let's say, brought to fame, force kind of quote unquote forcefully somehow, and started talking about climate change and stuff like that some 2 or 3 years back. So we
yeah,
from
three
my
years back.
yeah, 2 or 3 years back. So when she started, and then I'm trying to understand like how these politics of once these narrative around these tribals are destroying the forest, the environment is brought up
Mm,
today as they did, and uh, if the majoritarian like the Meitei population have somebody to speak for them,
mm,
who have this background in climate environmentalism activism, so that would also boost their argument. So there are many things going around. So one have to really really understand this what is happening right now. One
exactly.
have to connect the dots, and you cannot just simply come into conclusion.
Mm,
So that is what I see in terms of the how the this digital ecosystem is being used again. And